And it's time again for some Team Fortress 2 action right on the buzzer. I am your boy J Money Jamon, and I'm here with the pawn. You know how I be. I got Racing Mr. Unscorn Production, and I got Big N17 here with me, my boy. How you doing, my boy?
I'm doing okay. You prepared me for the energy, and I still was not prepared. But anyways, yeah. If you didn't realize, tonight we're doing some IM playoffs. This is second seed versus third seed. 2.6 drop cycle versus Satisfactory Sixes players. No, excuse me, other way around. Satisfactory Sixes players versus 2.6 drop cycle. Map 1 Clearcut, Map 2 Sunshine, Map 3 Bagel.
And we got some golden players coming out in here, Mr. N17. Why don't we run through some of these rosters, man? Matter of fact, I'll let you do the honors, man. I'll let you do it.
Okay, sure. I guess I'll start with, let's see. I guess I'll start with 2.6 drop cycle, the third seed. We have a Shoe Shocker on Pocket Scout, Aerolith on Flank Scout, Meadow on Pocket Soldier, Mercy on Roamer, Danmar on Demo, and B on Medic.
Shoot, and on Satisfactory Sixes players, we got Smiley on Flank Scout, Robo Sonaro on Pocket Cosmo Roamer. We got Snip on Pocket Soldier. We got Effion on Demoman, and we got Axel Pars on Medic. And going into it, I know nothing about both of these players coming through it. I've talked a little bit to Cosmo. I've talked to Snip a little bit. I actually pugged with Snip. Actually, my first pug back in like a month last night, and I gotta say they were making some movement. They were making some movement against some players, so I can see some hope going around. But M17, your thoughts, your process. What do you think going into this match that we're looking at? What are some expectations that you have?
Well, at least based on the regular season placements, I definitely favor Satisfactory Sixes players because they won all of their Sunshine, Clearcut, and Bagel matches, or both of them. So all 6 of those matches, including against the first seed team on Sunshine, I believe. So I think they're going to be the favorite, but it's not like 2.6 drop cycle is out of this. I think I'm going to take a quick peek, but I think their match was like 3 to 4 or something like that. It was 4 to 2 in favor of Satisfactory Sixes players on Clearcut. So it's not like it was it's a huge roll, but so we could see anything happen. I do still favor Satisfactory Sixes players here, but I think it'll probably be a pretty close one going to 3 maps, to be honest.
I mean, especially with looking at some of the maps too, we are looking at a situation to where it is not 1, not 2, but oh my gosh, we looking at Clearcut, Sunshine, and Bagel. So we are looking at potentially 2 coughs going into it. No upper stage bracket win, no upper advantage. This is a pure best of 3. So we're gonna have to see both these teams kind of pull up with their A game coming through it. But the fact that we are seeing a mix of Clearcut and Sunshine hit back to back is already exciting. But the game has actually started going around it too, and we're just doing some small stuff, some slight things, nothing crazy. We're just kind of trading some spam back and forth, nothing crazy along that line as we pretty much went ahead and started. We do see both Soldier double bomb coming in from Sat, but nothing crazy. Blue Soldier's looking to go in right onto the Medic, but Aerolith and B with a nice little surf going ahead and getting that lopside. Cosmo getting Meadow and B, the med kill is secure, and going into it too, it's just the point being secured by Blue. But at this time, we're seeing some people from Red going ahead and feed little M17. But at this point in time, aside from Effion getting picked up by Aerolith, it seems like it's going to be a fun time. We do get to still see Uber ad in favor of Snip and more. Pretty exciting start for the first mid.
Yeah, it was really interesting because it looked like the soldiers on Satisfactory Sixes players were trying to do some sort of double bomb, and then they just kind of stopped. But still some damage going on. Aggressive Uber here from Satisfactory Sixes players. They do catch B, and they do catch Meadow as well. Danmar does get a kill into the lopside, and Effion is going to get a kill there. Mercy is behind as well, taking a 1v1 with Cosmo right now. They are going to trade, but here comes the aggressive shove from the scouts of 2.6 drop cycle, but Axel Pars Pilata did get that health pack, since it's going to be very difficult. Got to deal with 2 scouts and a med, and it's not going to happen. But 2.6 drop cycle did get a lot of cap time, and they are just going to retake cap, but this will be a quick retake for the side of Satisfactory Sixes players.
We're seeing a lot of damage actually being outpoured by Satisfactory 6s, and even though the Uber has been utilized, we're not seeing any picks being utilized in the Uber. So at this point in time, it is another refight, but it's still going to be a little bit more slight ad for the side of Satisfactory 6s players. Goodness, saying that name feels like a whole blur. Errol is actually going to die by the traps that FN went ahead and set, turning this into a 5v6. Now 4v5, more in favor of Satisfactory 6s players, as they're pretty much just trying to trade down spam, but FN is just doing such a phenomenal job at keeping up the pressure and keeping these players off of height. Doesn't want to even give any teammate or any player a chance to contest, as we are starting to see all players get reset up. We are seeing someone from 2.6 go behind. It's going to be Mercy. No trades starting, even though there's a lot of point pressure, and the point actually Uber is coming out from the side of Satisfactory 6's players, and it's a no-kill kind of Uber. Try to see Cosmo try to salvage something, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Oh, and the drop coming in from Snip right into the cover, right into the little corridor. That's something you definitely want to see if you're a Satisfactory 6's player fan. I'm just going to call them players. The player team. The player team. I can't say the whole name, man. And we are still looking at constant ad going within the M17. Still very exciting, even if we're still getting players. Oh, and a bomb onto actual bars from Meadows from the 40-yard line is going to be just enough to get the kill. But can Mercy get this other pick onto the other player, as B and Mercy are going to catch a fade? An all-around double bomb cleans it up right by main, and we are looking at ad for the side of 2.6. The fight is chaotic, especially what you want to see coming out of IM in 17.
Oh yeah, but there's definitely still a huge time advantage here for I guess I call them S6P or just Satisfactory, but they're already working their way in. Not a super strong setup here from the 2.6 drop cycle. So they have to just back up, get a bit of spam. Nice rocket onto Smiley Face, very low. He's going to crater with the assistance of Shoe Shocker, so that's one kill there. And there's a bomb, but it's going to be just a fade from Mercy. Here's another bomb from Meadow, and she's going to get some damage, but Lopside, excuse me, is going to, Snip is going to get a kill there. Bunch of kills traded out, and this definitely favors the side of Satisfactory 6's players. Only 20 seconds left now. And 2.6 drop cycle has to back up, wait for their spawners before they can go for a last refight. But it's going to be even Ubers too.
2.6 has to really get aggressive in a lot of these fights. It's getting chaotic. It's getting entirely chaotic in terms of this entire team fight and more. But we are starting to see both teams still have Uber looking to go ahead and get some attest, trying to get some point pressure. Point pressure going ahead and unfolding. Mercy going to go ahead and catch one of the first fades of the evening. Mid fight still happening, but a lot of point pressure, no contest. After maybe try to use point, you have a 5v6 situation. Satisfactory just kind of has to teeter their way forward and get the spam. They don't really have a lot of other players. Epion get to pick one on the Shoe Shocker as well, as we're still seeing players from 2.6 get the spam. Uber is used, and it's more in favor of Satisfactory, as we're looking to go for picks as well. Turn this into a 3v6 with a first point ticked onto the clock for Satisfactory. I needed to see a lot more aggression come out for the side of 2.6, draw some eyes. We just let Epion get onto that point and spam everything into nothing. You feel me? But regardless, we got a new mid coming out in 17, so it can be changed. It is still early into the game.
Yeah, just 1-0, definitely still time to change things up, and I'm sure these teams know that, you can't let yourself get predictable, because if you do, then the enemy team is just going to, start trapping you off, going to start hard spamming you in that area. Quick shove on this left house from Satisfactory, but there's a double bomb counter from the side of, the 2.6 drop cycle. They do get the med kill, but they lost 2, so they are going to have to back up. B is pretty far away, though. They do lose a third player, but there's actually very low players on the side of Satisfactory, and the scouts are just going to get healed, clean up these kills, and they're probably going to walk right back in, although as I say that, Snip is going right back in for this a little bit of a crazy aggressive fight. But even though Satisfactory got the point, I'd say this time 2.6 actually has that advantage, because they're going to have the point soon. They're going to have a nice strong setup and that full Uber out.
That's what I like to see. You get your target, you leave, you don't refight, you let them feed into you, and you clean up the people there. There's always going to try to be a Superman in this situation, and that's exactly what we saw. But now we get to see a nice classic four-man. If that happens, we do get to see a lot of the players hunker down in the hut. So look, we got B in the hut, we got who is that? We got Meadow watching the back door. It's looking pretty scrumptious. Cosmo going to be one of the first ones to get picked up. Stinkers are down too. Oh, but Meadow and Mercy do get picked up. The Uber does not have to be used yet. And just from that, a perfect 4-man, a nice little 4-man. It didn't get what they probably were looking to get in the side of Satisfactory, but it did went ahead and get both the soldiers, which at this point in time, that's okay. Your soldiers are going to have a little bit less of a spawn. They're not going to be immediately back into the fight, but they have point pressure, and they have the opportunity to take the fight into them if given the chance. Now, what we're seeing right now, there's a lot of spam being pressured. The Uber is being used. The point does get pressured. It is going to be in favor of Satisfactory. So you need to see a nice post coming out for the side of 2.6 as both the soldiers get the height. They get stiff though. Mercy gets traded out. This is nice. This is starting off slow. But another player, Balada, gets picked up by Meadow, who actually switched to sniper during all this chaos and now has to basically deal with all these willy-nilly players right behind Smiley. Smiley's going to be one of the first players actually behind. And currently, we are still seeing...
Meadow is just on the enemy team's shed. Oh my goodness, she's insane. She's gonna go down. Here comes the all-in from the side of Satisfactory. B is 18 HP, is barely gonna duck their way out of there and grab the pack, which means they are gonna stay alive. Evian is still in though, and he's not gonna get anything. Never mind, there's just this one soldier left alive, and 2.6 is gonna retake this. That was well played from them on the end where they did that exchange to buy enough time, but I was definitely a little concerned with how they were playing, but Satisfactory had some good plans, but they weren't able to punish, and now we're getting into another situation where this is good for 2.6. They have the point, and they're just wasting even more time. You know, closer you get that time to 0, closer it is to you winning that round. So all this time that we're sitting here is time off the clock for 2.6 Dropsicles. Here comes the 4-man sack.
Oh, but the double. Oh, and B did use within that situation a 4-man coming from the side of Satisfactory. It didn't look like that was the initial set, and within that they only actually, I was about to say they only got out with 3, but Evian is going to get chased out for that frag. Evian did try to jump out, but wasn't enough. Even though it's a 4-man, they don't have the point. He's going to get a fast respawn. It'll be okay, but we are looking at full ad for the side of Satisfactory. Now, the way this could go is this could be a very aggressive Uber. They can pretty much take it in and try to go for kills, or they can pretty much just use this to try to get the point, try to pretty much fend for the point, and then use the Uber back into them, but they're not going to do that because Meadow coming in like Alvin Kamara from the Saints, and it's just not going to let that happen. Uber ad going into the side of 2.6 again. They came to play. Their name is 2.6, but they playing like they got a 4.0 GPA. That's what I like to see right here. That's what I like to see. Still looking at monumental ad for the side of 2.6 with 20 seconds left on the clock. M17, this is actually looking very beneficial for the side of 2.6.
Yeah, Satisfactory has a very tough hill to climb. They have to deal with his aggressive Uber, which here it comes. Shoeshocker's going to get a kill in. Mercy is in as well, trying to get another kill. Aerolith gets a kill on Smiley Face. Meadow is going to go down, but the combo has backed up here. Although Aerolith and Shoeshocker both go down, the kills are actually favoring the side of... Oh, never mind. The kills were favoring Satisfactory, but then suddenly Mercy and Danmar just got a 4K. And now it's just Evian who has to bomb in and try to salvage. Gets a nice pipe. Here comes Smiley Face, but eats a pipe and does not count. That is a 1-1 scoreline. Oh my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a game. This ain't your original game now. This a game. It's a good game. It's a good game coming out here. Got some good gameplay going around. We walking down to our new mid. M17, go ahead and take us in, man. Take us in for the mid.
Yeah, I took a little peek and it looks like Danmar is absolutely farming for now. So we'll see if he's able to get anything huge on these mids. Here comes the double soldier bomb from the side of Satisfactory. They do get the kill into Danmar. One of those soldiers goes down, and now that's 2 down on both sides, but a demo down for 2.6, which means it's probably going to be a little bit worse for them. Although Metal is behind, but I think she's caught nice direct, and she gets the kill on some Axel bars. Oh my goodness, that's a huge win. Now all they have to do is just back up and play around their heels, and they should be fine. They do have the spawners on the side of Satisfactory, but you know, all they have to do is just play around the heels. They can take that long, drawn-out fight, which they are going to do, and slowly pressure Satisfactory off this point. And they can't really fight it too well, though they are trying.
Oh, but we do see, and Cosmo just got Scout Clash, almost tried to go with the spoon. Oh, and I do see a little bomb coming out from Snip, try to do that little pogo. I saw that, I saw something nice. As we are starting to see Satisfactory get the point control. Ooh, Airlift just getting rolled by both the Scouts. We see a soldier go behind, is that Mercy? And it's absolutely Mercy. Lamborghini Mercy, yo chick is not so thirsty. We see Meadow try to go for the same thing, and that's not gonna be the case. We still see full ads coming from the side of 2.6. Not a lot they can do, but get a lot of point pressure. We are starting to see the Demo Man Danmar 33 come back and try to get some pressure. The Scouts just taking advantage of no soldiers and getting aggressive, and they still have point control, and it's still ad coming for the side of 2.6. I don't know if they know it's ad. They look like they want to try to get ready for it and recontest for this point, but I really don't know if they think it's ad. We do see Meadow trying to go for a little something, but it's not going to be the case. She is going to get out with 18 HP. Nah, she ain't getting out with that HP player. There's no way. So point control going in for the side. Both Scouts, oh my god, 8 HP. Cosmo going to be one of the ones to get first, picked off by Erlin. So it turned into a 5v5 situation. Uber is out, looking to try to take something aggressive, but a little too late, as the Uber is going to be better for the side of Satisfactory, and it looks like they're going more for picks. Danmar being one of the first victims to go down to Robo within this post-Uber fight, and currently, as we see, oh my god, it's Snip! It's Snip coming out from Hut! No one saw this man getting the pick right on the B and turning the situation from a do to a don't. Do or die, and the people that are dying are everyone on the side of 2.6 except Ephion, who's gonna go ahead and catch a fade, but that's okay. His death just creates a greater cause for the side of Satisfactory, and that's exactly what you're seeing with about 30% Uber ad and some kills to go. M17.
Yeah, that was really well played from Satisfactory because they never gave up the point that whole time, even when they had Uber, until really late. So they have a huge 45-second time advantage, and they've got, you know, a big time advantage, or excuse me, an Uber advantage, although Meadow does switch back onto Sniper, get that headshot onto Robo Serrano. So now Ephion and the rest of the team are just very stuck in, although here comes the double soldier bomb. Meadow eats a direct rocket. Somehow she stays alive, but here comes the aggressive Uber from the side of Satisfactory. Oh! Meadow hits an insane headshot onto the wall side. Shoeshocker and Mercy clean up a couple more kills, and now that's another med dead. It's just Ephion and Robo Serrano. Ephion did get one kill, but Meadow is continuing to stay aggressive. Ephion might die, is going to work his way out here. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Nah, she hit that. Clip it. Send it, clip it. Oh my god. Now she hit a stinker. I like that. But 2.6, running down the clock, finally going ahead and showing, hey, we still in this 1-to-1. Snip gonna be one of the first to die. Meadow does catch a fade, but it's okay. It happens. You're on Sniper. You still have ad. Kills aren't being committed. Ephion trying to be a one-man army, but he hitting pipes like they're an army, but he's only one man. What is he to do? Still looking at monumental ad, 40 ad coming out for the side of, from 2.6, but we are looking at something. Time still being ticked down. They have the point. We do not need to see 2.6 take these aggressive Ubers unless it's to try to contest for a point, and even then, we gotta make the Uber worse in some way, shape, or form, or at least a little bit even in terms of what we're trying to do. As we currently try to refight for the point, another team fight's looking to happen. We do see a soldier going ahead and gaining some height, but that seems to be the case. Realistically, just trying to trade down spam. We do see Meadow, actually Mercy, being one of the few to go behind, and one of the soldiers going to contest Mercy. Arrow is going to go ahead and die, but the force coming out from this side of Satisfactory, a better Uber for the side of 2.6, but you don't have the player for it. You get one more pick, you can absolutely stay within this post fight, and that's exactly what happens. Cosmo goes ahead and gets picked up. B is all the way into the air, 42 HP, but that's okay. She's going to keep her distance, she's going to keep her lopside, especially because we have both soldiers and it's a 6v4, and they went ahead and recontested the point like it was no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, but here comes Satisfactory. They were going right back in. B did get back up to full health, and both meds are back at full, so there isn't going to be anything crazy early sacks from med here too soon. Meadow is going behind again, and here comes the bomb onto the shed from Mercy. Very nice soldier collapse. They're able to get the demo and the medic. Cosmo is behind. He's in now onto B, but gets air shot by Danmar. But here comes the all-in for the side of Satisfactory. They do get the kill onto B, and it's just Cosmo and this Scout left alive. Scout is in on the point, is going to go down, and Cosmo is going to go down as well. But I think if you're 2.6, you are very happy about that because you're delaying so much time off the clock, and they're not going to have Satisfactory aren't going to have Uber by the time that B is back alive and ready to refight this point. So Satisfactory will take this point here shortly with the heals advantage, but as B rolls out, we'll see 2.6 refight this very shortly.
Definitely a team fight happening. We do see Cosmo and Smiley actually are going to be 2 to die in this refight. That's not going to be the best situation, especially if they try to cap this point. They have to work with the soldier going behind and just an all-out collapse that's happening from 2.6 onto the enemy side. There's nothing that can be done any way, shape, or form, and it looks like that's going to be round 2 for the sad 2.6.
Yeah, I'd say the one thing they've really improved is somehow, I don't know, it's like maybe their first round they just felt off or something, because the soldiers just like, I feel like changed to 2 completely different, like coordinated soldiers. There were just so many opportunities where they're like getting in together and getting so much pressure, like constantly one of them being behind, drawing both the scout's eyes, and then the other one just gets to stand on the enemy team shed for free. We'll see if that comes back into play here into the next bed. Robo Serrano does catch a Wrap Assassin ball there and is going to have to get a little bit extra health. Right now, no team really wants to get too aggressive, although as I say that, we have an aggressive soldier bomb from the side of 2.6, but they go down, and Sniff gets the kill onto B, and this is definitely going to be still 4-4, but with those heals, it's going to probably be favoring, Satisfactory, although a little bit aggressive there on the side of Axelpar's Blada. He's going to go down, and now it's just Danmar versus versus Robo Serrano and Effion.
Nah, he takes that.
Maybe trying to refight this? Oh my goodness.
He takes that every day of the week. If you are a demo and you don't fear, you take your sticky and your iron bomber, you just walk forward. You don't fear that scout. Nah, you got stickies, man. Go ahead. They do have some ad working with it as well, too. Effion at 37 HP. Good God, that man's about to die. Soldier gets balled. I hate that. I hate the bleed mechanic. I hate that. Bring back the old Natasha. As we are starting to see some slow point pressure, kind of slowly but surely kind of turn in along that side for the side of 2.6. But, who comes for the 40-yard line? The 3-pointers! The 6 feet under! The tanker! It's not going to be enough to go ahead and kill Balada. It's not going to be enough to kill Axelpars. The synergy's not going to be enough. The synergy's not going to be enough to kill Balada, aka Axelpars. It's not going to be the case any way, shape, or form. No one's going to do anything about it. We are still looking at some ads for the side of 2.6, but hey, that's all pretty much we're going to see here. It's just ad, but we are starting to slowly but surely get soldiers back. We are starting to see Cosmo and Co going ahead and get some from pressure. Shoeshocker getting killed into the hut, and Smiley Face onto the cuts. Wants to get this pick, but doesn't get the pick that it was meant to be. The Ubers do get exchanged as well, but it's going to be a better Uber for Satisfactory. But B does manage to get out with the rest of their team, and from what we see Snip get picked up by Mercy, and Smiley Face get the pick onto Aerolith as well, turning this into a 2v5 with Mercy about to get their spawn back. But what's going to be really important here is that with this refight to take priority, take advantage of these 2 players being down for the 6 seconds that they're down. They get a soldier spawner, and Effion's still doing a phenomenal job at just denying all kinds of space, anytime of pressure, anytime of height control, wanting to go ahead and get rid of him whatsoever. Cosmo getting the upper pressure, sees that his demo is causing damage. Oh my god, insane amounts of damage, but still cannot stop this point, as Shoeshocker is going to be the one to go ahead and cap it without having to utilize any resources from the team, just pretty much giving it to him for free. But at this point in time, Ubers are just about even, trying to refight for it. We see Mercy going immediately behind Meadow, doing a fake bomb just to draw attention. Aerolith getting picked up by Snip, and the combined pressure of Effion and more, along with Meadow, who's going to get picked up by Cosmo. No soldier, no scout, turn this into a 46. The Uber's out, but it's going to be a way better Uber for Satisfactory, and it's going to turn into a fight to where it's prioritized. Effion taking up the height. Shoeshocker is shocked by his own shoes. Oh my goodness, the shoes, the soles of his feet. Can't control it whatsoever. 2 players down, and the point pressure is back into the hands of Satisfactory. M16 or M17. It's looking crazy.
Yeah, it looks like Satisfactory has completely turned around how they handle these soldiers going behind. They seem much more comfortable, much more coordinated on it, and they're definitely looking stronger this round. Here comes 2.6 with their bombs. Mercy trying to go behind again, very low. A few players chasing behind this time, and I feel like that's when you want to catch these other kills. Shoeshocker does get that kill into Cosmo, that trade kill, which is very important there. And it's still going to be a 5-on-5. Low players on both sides. Meadow is going to go down. Smiley face very low, but is going to live on 8 HP and get a bow, which means that's 5-on-4, excuse me, in favor of Satisfactory. So they're going to be able to hold this point for a bit, although Aerolith gets a kill and the Smiley face does get traded out. But with the spawners here from 2.6, it looks like they have Uber. They want to go aggressive, but they haven't used it yet. Mercy with a nice kill, but here comes the early Uber force from Mercy and the quick counter use from B.
Oh, even though the Uber does get utilized, they kill Snip within it, which, for the most part, it's fine. You got your picks. You did what you had to do. You had to run down time. But the most important thing is throughout that whole entire team fight or more, we still get to see Satisfactory run down the time significantly. It's 24 seconds left on the clock. Realistically, if they get a good foothold, maybe some nice little ad, they could put this could be a bag. This could be a bag alert. This could be, they might be in RuPaul's bag race. Oh, it might be sick. Mercy doing the same thing again, going behind, but gonna have help from Meadow, who coming in for the 40. Oh, but trying to do something crazy, but isn't gonna be the case. Just trying to stir some eyes. Mercy also gonna go get killed by Snip, who was in the behind. Cosmo was at 2 HP. No follow-up in that line. There was only the 2 soldiers, but now we have to see a team fight happening right on point. We do see 2.6 players getting a little bit aggressive, but you know, not enough. But they do have some slight ad, could go for a heat check, but unlikely the way that we're kind of seeing this teeter a little bit back and forth. We are seeing a lot of point contests too, and Uber does get utilized not before the point gets captured, trying to use it, but the picks are in favor of 2.6, and we do see Robo getting the pick on the Danmar. Wanted to chase that. He said chase that, I'll race that. King Von, and oh, I paced that. Meadow getting hit right into the sky by Robo. Turn this into a 4v3. We do see Mercy and hit Lamborghini trying to, oh my goodness, and that's not going to be the case either. Both the scouts, though, trying to go ahead and deathball. Epion just trying to keep everything at bay, trying to protect his men and the soldier spawner. It's going to be the case. Aerolith getting the pick up, but not before getting the pick on the Balada. Going to be the first thing that sets him in motion with 35 seconds on the clock and have to work with the 4-player hands out. But all damage is permanent when there is no heals on blue. You just have to play your positioning and play it safe. They might deny Cosmo within this fight as well. We do see Smiley at 56 HP, not getting prioritized, and is still getting to live. Epion going to go ahead and meet his demise as well by Meadow. And oh my god, Smiley is still alive. But Meadow going to go ahead and meet her demise right into the hut as well. But they're still working with Ad. This is imperative. This is the move. 10 seconds left onto the clock, and we still have Ad to work with this overtime too. Uber does come out, needs someone to cap, and that's going to be the case. Gets the pick on the Robo. We do see Smiley right onto the hut, trying to do something crazy, trying to draw some eyes. Cosmo and Co. and Epion just trying to do some damage. Joe Shocker going to be one of the first to go ahead and die through this entire team fight. Turn this into a 5v5. Still have some pressure. Meadow going to be another player down. Turn this into a 4v6. Still have a lot of pressure. Still have a lot of points. But Epion is just letting that shit unload before getting killed himself. Players hurt in all spectrums, in all faces, on all fronts, and they're just trying to keep it down, holding it with the Uber in their pocket and a choice at hand. They go ahead and run it down, killing B, killing Mercy, killing the Aerolith, and just turning this into an all-you-can-eat buffet. But it's a bloodbath, and the ones that are going to be right on top is Satisfactory players taking it all for the goal.
Yeah, very close round though, but it looked like 2.6 had a couple of opportunities, and they kind of just had, like, their soldiers, I think, had fixed their coordination again. They were more coordinated again. But then, like, it seems like the rest of the team is just not as coordinated with the soldiers. So when the soldiers are drawing so many eyes, the rest of the team isn't able to get super aggressive. Or even when that Uber came forward, when Shoeshocker and 2.6 had a big Uber advantage, they weren't able to get more than just one kill. Cosmo is going to go behind. Arrow is going to know about it. But here comes the aggression from the side of 2.6. A lot of dodging. B is very low, is going to go down. And the cleanup is coming in from Satisfactory. It's just Danmar and Shoeshocker. Danmar and Shoeshocker both get their kills, so they're actually going to stay alive. Epion does get the kill into Shoeshocker, but it's just Danmar, and he's healthy. He's feeling it. He's jumping all the way in, and there goes Epion.
Yeah, he need that. Yeah, that's a demo player right there. That's a man who wants his lick. That's a man who wants his lick right there. I don't play like that though. I get scared. My courage. I don't have the courage that guy has. But you know, coming at it, we got another team fight going ahead. And just as we're saying that, no, you're definitely right. M17 from what we're seeing, a lot of aggression from 2.6 trying to take. It seems a little mismanaged in terms of what we want to do. Mercy, being the furthest person forward, sees that as opportunity. Satisfactory went ahead and just took it like it was nobody's business. But we're trying to see if we can get the counter pick. And Snip is actually, Lopside is going to actually still live through all that happening. But hey, it is how it is. It's still another mid, another play, another thing to go ahead and do, as both teams pretty much have even Ubers. Oh my goodness. But hold up, from the Lopside, Cosmo is going to go ahead and lose his life. Try to go ahead and trade for something along with Meadow too, turn this into a 5v5 point in favor of Satisfactory. But hold up, a ring around the Rosie, a pocket full of nothing, because no damage other than the 77 on Balada is going to be what's going to go ahead and solidify anything. Uber coming out, going to be more in favor of Satisfactory as we're going for picks. Ooh, Danmar gets a flash just at the right moment, 11 HP before he lost his life as well, as we are starting to see Satisfactory back up, reassess, reposition themselves, and get as much healing as they can. We saw Meadow take a front load of damage, put all the way down to 82, but she does what she has to do, take away the space, put people in the air, and go ahead and lock it, but don't pop it. Ugh, something nasty. Cosmo, 48 HP, has to back up, and we do see Satisfactory get some point pressure. Oh, but didn't get the other rocket. And damn, our shoe shocker, go ahead and clean up and what is happening? Effie on 44 HP trying to live, but isn't going to be the one living, but Shoe Shocker collecting all these picks from his teammates. Damage here, a little 100 pipe here, a little 40 damage rocket here. Let me clean up real quick. Put some Fabuloso right onto this whole capture point. Oh my god.
I think that was really well played from Mercy. He was able to get behind, grab 2 kills, and stay alive, which was able to secure his team the win. Unfortunately, B did not get a good surf, so they kind of just went directly into the ground and got 2 rocketed. Meadow going behind again. They have 3 people going back for Meadow. This is the time to get aggressive right now, but they aren't able to get much off of it. Smiley Face gets that kill, and 2.6 gets the cap, but the problem is they're down 1, so Satisfactory is going to be like, okay, we can just retake this cap with that free player advantage we have. You know, you might not be able to hold this, and Shoe Shocker very low, he's going to back up, and quickly Satisfactory already retake that capture point, and they're getting very aggressive now, trying to get some kills as well. Danmar does get that kill onto Cosmo first, and with Meadow living, or excuse me, Mercy and Airlift living, that means it's going to be fine for them. Although B does not have Uber, they're 96 and they die with the aggressive Uber from Satisfactory. Well counted there, and that's going to mean that. Oh my goodness, Meadow gets their shot, and now Satisfactory for 2.6 has to go in. They do manage to get the kill onto Axelpar's Balada, but everybody else is going to go down, and it's just Danmar setting up some traps, but definitely favors the side of Satisfactory. They have a big time advantage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, this IM? Yeah, y'all ain't IM. Y'all main now. Y'all main now. Wait, hold up. I see another man. His name is Snip. Oh my god, his name is Snip and Cosmo. Oh, everyone wants to pick on. Everyone want to kill B. Everybody want to kill B. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Everyone want to kill B. What is going on? M17. What's going on? What's going on? Oh my god. What's
pretty
happening?
Crazy. Satisfactory keeps like sending in 4 players like from really far back. They're just not taking advantage of the space they're able to get, and these like that's something that I think 2.6 could really abuse. But then again, Satisfactory has been able to much better clean up on these kills and get the isolated players, and then use those advantages to work back in to continue to, you know, take control or continue keeping control of the point they already have. Meadow is going to go behind, but 2 players are ready for her. She actually just decides to back up, but she's going to take a lot of damage for it and has to get a bow here. And now it's just going to be another bomb from Mercy this time. And actually, Axelbar's, or excuse me, Snip very low is going to go down. And now it's very low players on the side, on the, on both teams here. So a bunch of picks going to go through, and it is going to be the earlier Uber use from the side of Satisfactory. He is going to try to milk this, is going to use later. This Uber is definitely better, but they are down 1 player, so they need to get at least 1 pick, if not more. They do lose Danmar, though, even though Airlift got a kill. Airlift does get another kill, which is going to help them, but we are paused.
Bro, that rocket on the Snip was so nice that it made our producer say something. it made Don Runners go, damn, that was nice. But listen, we got our first pause. I don't know what the pause is for. I think it's attack pause. I could be capping though. But you know what I do like though? M17 I like. I like the drip some of these players got going on. I like the cosmetic parents some of these players got going on. I'm usually a hater, but I'm seeing something nice coming out from these players. It's kind of nice. Ugh, us. But if you had to say though, M17, do you think there is a what do you think the pause would be about? If it's attack pause, who do you think it is?
I do think it's attack pause, but honestly, based on the time, it could go either way as to who it is. I think whoever wins the round, or excuse me, loses this round is going to pause right at 3-2, I think is what's going to happen. But honestly, it could go either way. I'm not 100% sure. Like, because the point time was very even, and this was definitely, like, once the spawners get up, it was definitely going to be a pretty even fight. So it is just going to turn into, like, who is able to capitalize on this fight, who's able to get a big advantage in this first fight as soon as both teams respawn, and that's pretty much probably going to determine the round because I don't think Ubers are going to come into play. They might actually, excuse me, they are going to come into play right at the last second, but for at least that first 20-30 seconds, there's not going to be any Ubers to deal with, so it is going to turn into this one big fight on the midpoint, although 2.6 does have the point, which means they're going to have maybe a slight advantage, but it's not a huge one.
I'd say one thing that's really interesting. I'd say one thing that's really really interesting is that when we get into say like the meat and potatoes, like I'm a little bit more of these. Hold up, cream cheese. One thing that I would say that's really interesting when we look at both these teams is that I am looking more so at the side of like 2.6, right? I think one thing that I'm seeing 2.6 do a lot well, good lord, that I'm seeing do well is that they are taking priority of a lot of these post fights. In the case to where if they feel that their Uber is more aggressive, if they feel that they can take their Uber and get a little bit more value, they are not afraid to take the value and take the space. What is the con of that though is that we have seen them take a lot more aggressive stances where in hindsight, it looks good on paper, but one thing that happens is you overextend a little too much, you are guaranteed to lose somebody if you are in the wrong positioning. We saw that earlier with Damar. We saw that a lot. We're seeing that a lot with Mercy and a little bit of Meadow, where they're trying to coordinate a little something. And then in terms of trying to coordinate, we're seeing these players die. And instead of their life trying to turn into something solidified for the team fight, it usually just turns into something like a feed, which I'm seeing the same thing kind of happen a little bit more towards the side of Satisfactory. We see their soldiers try to go for a lot of value and they do it together and it works really well. But we're also seeing times where they're moving like a speeding bullet. And then in terms of it, they're not hitting their target, or a lot of the times where they try to go for a lot of these collapses, it's not communicated well within each other. If they communicate a lot of these collapses with each other, especially with especially with their Ubers that are coming into the fray, where a lot of their Ubers are more aggressive from what we're seeing, they can definitely do some do. It just kind of depends what and how they want to utilize their Uber. Are they going more for picks? Are they going more for point control? What is the goal essentially? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and something really important to note there is like when you feed, especially when you have your own point or when you own the point, you're going to have that longer spawn time, which just means that the other team is going to get their player back first if you trade or just in general have that player alive for longer. So it's going to honestly mean oftentimes just a quick recapture. So you have to be very careful with dying when you own the point. You can think of it kind of as like, I liken it as like playing defense on an attack defend map. Like when you own the point, just you got to be careful with how aggressive you get. You want to have some sort of advantage if you're going to be going aggressive because you got to be careful about losing players. There's just a higher risk there. But I don't know. I guess the pause will be after the round probably. So I guess there isn't going to be like a huge time to see any crazy new strats coming in for I think this round. But who knows if we see anything crazy for the next round? I would assume whichever team is on the losing end of this round is the one pausing, and they're going to be the ones looking for some sort of reshuffling of how things are going on, making sure they're not, continuing to lose because this is only map 1 and this is a close game so far.
This is definitely a close game. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much in terms of I can definitely tell you that it's definitely a close game in terms of that. It's a lot more close than I would have expected. I was kind of expecting a little bit more in terms of one side, but it is how it is. I would say along the case. And it's just because I would say I wouldn't say this is the primary reason, but both teams see the mistakes that the other is doing and they're prioritizing on that in a lot of cases. Or it gets to the point to where, okay, if we see something that's happening in this one case, we're gonna keep taking advantage of their one con. And usually if they aren't quick enough to adapt on that one con, they usually just lose. And we've seen that go back and forth because both teams are very even with one another. And for the people who don't know, this goes to 4. So right now we're at 2-2. It's still anybody's game, especially because this is the very first map of the whole series. This is a best of 3, which means if one team wins once, if one team wins twice, the other team getting kicked out. I don't know the playoff structure for IM. I should right now. Is it single elim? Is it double elim?
I believe it's top 4 double elimination. So the loser of this match will go on to face the loser of the 1st seed versus 4th seed, which is Faded Then Ho versus Yakuza Like a Monkey. So whichever team wins that. But we are unpaused and we are going into this next fight here.
Oh, and my game just... Oh, I think I might have crashed.
Oh, I just retried. Okay, we'll get this going shortly here. Meadow is going to get a kill, but is going to get that kill onto Axelpars. That's really huge, and that's going to cause, 2.6 to just back up, play their heals, and they're going to wait for the spawners. Smartly, though, the side of Satisfactory, they're going to delay the spawn maybe for their medic, but I don't know, you got to be careful about that as well, because I don't think you have enough time to get Uber here, especially if B gets Uber in time. There still is 30 seconds. Here comes the aggressive shove from the soldiers and the scout. And Lopside does get the kill onto B. But there's 2 players down on the side of Satisfactory, so 2.6 is going in very aggressive. They do get a bunch of damage, and they get the cap. Smiley Face eats a direct and a sticky. That's going to be a kill there. There's now only 5 seconds left. Only 3 players on the side of Satisfactory. They have to fight this. They are getting their spawners, but there's more players here from the side of 2.6, and they're going very aggressive. They are going to get the med kill. Aerolith goes down, and it's just going to be an all-out fight going on here.
Oh, as we're unfolding slow and steady. Oh, we got another pause going on. A little something slight. Another pause going on. This feels like an actual attack pause. This one actually feels like a attack pause or something along that line. But it is how it is. I can't really. We don't really know who did the pause. We still don't know who even did the first original pause. So we're kind of in the dark.
Yeah, we have that 90-second delay on the server time. So in a few seconds we'll see who paused this first time. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just somebody crashed or something like that, or it could be anything. There's a ton of things that can unfortunately happen. Hopefully nothing huge happened, and it's just like maybe a scout crash who could just quickly get back into the game and isn't gonna cause some Uber drop scenarios, which could be really unfortunate, especially in playoffs. But I don't know. I mean, based on this fight, though, it looks like there's a lot of low players currently on the side of Satisfactory, and 2.6 has the heals, and they have the point, and they're about to they're about to completely cap. I think they're just about to win. I don't think Satisfactory even has a chance to get onto the point here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's still progressing, so they do have some time on the point, but. It is. Oh yeah, it looks like it was a player crash because we are going to get that repause, and we will be unpausing shortly. Just that repause allowing the player to rejoin the server. So
yeah, that's actually what. Yeah, that's actually what I just got messaged by one of the players. Player difficulties, all good is what I told him. Is what it looks like. So this is not attack pause. This is a real pause. But I mean, hey, it's okay. You came here for some gameplay. We're going to give you some gameplay. You know what I'm saying? We came for some gameplay. We're going to give you some gameplay. And by we, I mean them. And by them, I mean we. And by we, I mean us. And by us, I mean yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yes, you do. You know exactly what I'm saying. Yes, you do. But regardless of such, I will say, the game still kind of hot. And might I say it's Bobby Shmurda high. I can't say that word. But just know it's hot. You know what I'm saying? But I will go ahead and tell you, from the way this is looking, the fact is, Satisfactory has essentially 13 seconds. Has 13 seconds on the clock. They have lost their medic. They have lost Robo. We have players hurt. On paper, this looks like a dub on the side of 2.6, at least for round 3. But again, still saw me some difficulties trying to see how that looks. In 17, in your honest opinion, when it comes to looking at the side of Satisfactory in terms of what they need to do, what would you say the biggest problem that what would you say for both teams? The biggest problem is what they're facing against one another, or just in general from us viewing the game. Actually, never mind, because the game is actually starting. Never mind.
Yeah, we're back into this fight. The kills all go in the way of 2.6. Just one player left alive from the side of Satisfactory, and they're going to go down. And I'm sure we're going to see it. Yes, that was a tactical pause from the. Oh wait, actually, it might have been both a tactical and then a technical pause. Where, oh no, okay, wait. Okay, so there was a pause by actually 2.6 for a tactical, and then there was a tech issue on the side of Satisfactory. But we are going into this next round here. Satisfactory needs to win the next two. 2.6 only has to win one more round to win this first match.
Oh, we do see Balada catching a nice little dunk onto the head, and both the soldiers are just going crazy, and B actually dying. Balada alive by his grips and gets to stay alive, but one person that's alive is Shoeshocker, going all the way for the 40-yard line, trying to see if he can catch his mans, and that's exactly what he's doing, trying to catch his mans, and it's exactly what he does. He catches his mans, and we just see we actually saw Mercy a little bit onto the spy class, but it isn't going to be the case here whatsoever, and it actually did look like Snip was one of the players that did have one of the problems, along with Effion getting picked off by Meadow, but gets traded up by Smiley. It happens to do what you got to do. Now, what we are looking at, and it was another pause, it looks like going from the side of, it looks like it actually was from the side of 2 or Satisfactory. We do see Effion is going to get his respawner. We see 2.6 in control of the point, 2-3, and currently it's not looking too hot for Satisfactory the way this is going, but it is still winnable. It's still doable. Smiley actually going to be one of the first to die within this immediate refight from Meadow on the high. Just ate too much spam where spam wasn't needed. Now 2.6 does have ad, and we are seeing Mercy go all the way behind, get into the fight on the Cosmo, trying to see if we can get this pick right on the Mercy, as Mercy is gonna, oh, Meadow, ooh, it's actually Meadow. Meadow actually died, 37 HP, could not escape from the grips of Cosmo and Robo, as we immediately try to recontest for the point, and Ubers are even. So now, Satisfactory takes her time, tries to go for the point. Uber does come out for the side of 2.6. Cosmo take an immediate refight on the height, wins the refight on the height, and actually could set his team up for something massive. We do see B actually going ahead and escape, and oh my god, so much damage on the damn bar, and a 32 HP, could not get the chase on that, but it's okay. We are starting to see Satisfactory get the point and reassess their situation in 17.
Yeah, their 2.6 just had a couple of players going in a little bit too aggressive when they own the point, and then you get those longer spawn times, and it's just a little bit too risky. They are going to start refighting this point back a little. Effion gets a nice trap kill onto B, and that's going to spell the all-in from, oh my goodness, Axelars with a nice air shot. Mercy is trying to go in, they cannot get anything. It's a full wipe, and Satisfactory really cleaned that one up. They're going to be able to cap. They might even be able to get a strong forward hold going. We'll see. Looks like they're healing up, and for now, it looks like they don't want to. Effion's just setting up some aggressive traps, but maybe Robo-Serrano will hide or something? No, looks like they don't feel comfortable in setting that up, although we do see Mercy on Spy. No second soldier.
Hey, Snip, I just want you to know when you rewatch this cast and when you were messaging me that you think that you're a bad player after you just hit that kind of shit, man, I want you to relook at your situation and be like, damn, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. As we do see a force on the Balada, and Effion actually going to go ahead and get stabbed from the Mercy Spy with 18 health remaining, but is going to live, as we are slight spy checking for Mercy. But Lamborghini Mercy, yo chick, she's so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she can't. Oh, we might see that coming out from Big Mercy with the D cloak. Ooh, still disguised. Oh my god. Do they know? And do they know? Ooh, it was looking scurry. And through all that happening as well, we did actually see Snip go all the way from the three-point to half-court line to get the pick right on the B, putting and solidifying Uber ad for the side of his team being Satisfactory. Now, we are looking at 55% Uber ad. They could turn this into a kill Uber, but it's all dependent on how Satisfactory wants to set this up. And there is still a good amount of time for 2.6 to go for a 4-man if they truly want to.
Yeah, but Satisfactory does have that time advantage. Meadow does go behind. It looks like Cosmo and Meadow are going to be kind of stuck in this 1v1. Here comes the aggressive bomb from Mercy. Isn't really going to get anything. Still, for now, the 2.6 does have, the point, and they are able to get the force. They do lose 2. I don't know if B will be able to get out. B is going to be able to get out, so even though they lost those 2 players, the players from 2.6 will quickly respawn, and that dead player Cosmo will have a longer spawn time. He still has 10 seconds to spawn, which, along with this big Ubrat from 2.6, makes it definitely strong for them. Although here comes an aggressive bomb from Snip, does get some damage, and Ephion with a double kill. Massive damage there. Airlift does clean up some kills, but massive damage and kills from Ephion there. And Axelpar is just going to back his way up and secure his team a nice Uberad. And 2.6 drop cycle is going to delay capping the point until all their players spawn, so they don't deny them from getting the shorter spawn time. But they're down 40% on Uberad, and Mercy might get caught here as well. Mercy is going to get out, but, you know, definitely going to be a little scary for 2.6 as Meadow went behind again, and he's going to get the kill with the Cosmo.
Oh my God, Meadow! I saw that. I saw that, Meadow. I saw that. You think you slid with it? Okay. I saw that. That was crazy. But going through it, we are still seeing some ad coming from the side of Satisfactory, though, M17. This could be, again, another kill Uber. They actually got forced in the last Uber, and it looks like this is going to be an aggro Uber. Everyone looks like he wants to be in like a V6 engine, like a V8 engine in the vehicle, but it's only going to go ahead and kill Shoeshocker. No one else is going to die within this. But we do see Mercy trying to go for a little something, and that little something ain't going to be the something that's going to get a little something. You know what I'm saying? But we are still seeing ad. We're actually seeing reverse ad coming from the side of 2.6. Now, this is an Uber we could absolutely see from 2.6 that turns to be a kill Uber. But, oh, another pause! Stop pausing! There's a game going on. I'm trying to see it. But regardless of that, we are looking at Uber ahead for the side of 2.6 with 33 seconds left on the clock for the side of 2.6. They do have to try to contest this point because if they do not, it will absolutely turn into overtime. We don't know what the pause is about, but I'm assuming attack pause. I'm assuming that Satisfactory won that, and this turns into a 2.6 tactical pause. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would have to assume, right, just because of the whole situation. Hopefully there wasn't like an early map switch, but it definitely doesn't look, it looks pretty even here. So maybe Meadow will get caught by this trap that Ephion has set on the outside of this hut. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I'm not sure if there's going to be like anything huge that happens. Maybe somebody will on the side of Satisfactory will come up huge, and that'll lead us to this 3-3 scoreline, which means 2.6 wants to pause to make sure they don't get anything crazy happening. Definitely still a close game though. It could go either way, but I do have a feeling it's probably going to be 3-3 as we're already unpaused here, and both teams are going to be fighting low on the side of Meadow. Meadow is very low, is going to have to back up. Snip very healthy and is still going to stay in alive. Is still alive, dancing around with Mercy. Airlift and Snip are going to trade some kills there. But it's now just a 5-on-5, and slowly but surely, Axelpars is close to getting Uber.
Ephion has to deny this point. This has to be a deny, but it doesn't look like we're going to get the deny. It looks like the plan is going to be to go ahead and trade for the Uber. Now, it was very good on the side of 2.6 not to use the Uber, not to try to get the Uber aggressive, but pretty much just try to get as much point time as you can, especially with nothing realistically damaging you. Now, this has to be the vice versa. We're going to get a ton of point pressure from the side of Satisfactory, and if I know 2.6, we're going to try to contest for along that line. They cannot let them cap. Uber does come out. It's going to be a better Uber for the side of 2.6 now, and no Meadow, no airlift. This post fight could be a post to remember. No Smiley either. Trying to go ahead and get as much damage on the point. Shoeshunker dancing for his life. Denmark trying to protect his life. We do see Mercy up into the air with a no Lamborghini. will be the Lamborghini to save this man from the point capture that we saw from Satisfactory. It is now 3-3 on both sides. Anyone could win this MFing game. It is anybody's game into the court. And we're stepping back into this court, not like the Celtics versus the 76ers, where the 76ers lost. I hate the Celtics. Why are they my team? But if 17 take us in, you know how to do it, man.
Oh my goodness. So it looks like Snip had 2 different internet disconnect issues, which is why we got that other pause. So we're into this final round. Snip is still rejoining, I think. I think that's what's happening. But right now it's still a 6 versus 5. And I think 2.6 is going to want to take advantage of that. They have low players on their side. Not really anything huge, although Axelbars does take some damage. Still definitely favoring 2.6 because they just have that extra player. They get a ton of cap time. And with Snip not being here for a few more seconds, I think he'll be here soon, then it's just going to be tough for them to win this fight.
Hey, you know what else is tough? Me. You know how we do. Because, you know, both of these teams... You already know. Still doing the team fight. We do see 2.6 still have the point capture. But Lada, aka Axelbars, is less than 150 health. It is scary. Uber does come out. Oh, and Epion does get dropped within the Uber. This is a kill Uber. Kill shot. Going ahead, trying to make people drop. Ain't nobody dropping except Epion. It's not so good, especially when you're trying to contest the capture. We do see Meadow going ahead, getting as much pressure off along with Mercy Uber. He's getting scout class. Oh, and he gets put on his ass. That's exactly what happens. He gets scout class, put on the ass. You know exactly how that go down. Both teams still trying to fight. Meadow going all the way behind, trying to cause some type of distraction. Shoe Shocker taking the fight to Epion. Ooh, Epion at 14 HP just gets scout class. Meadow gets right from behind. Shoe Shocker coming in like it's nobody business. And we see Cosmo trying to go ahead and make something crazy. Like he the very odd parent try to do something. Oh my goodness, 27 HP. There's nothing he can do, and it's a full wipe for the side of Satisfactory. 2.6 is pissed. They are tired of letting this happen, but they are down one player. They do not have their guy. Where is their guy? Where is Snip? Where is their guy?
I see what's happening. There's a bit of a, since there were just a few too many pauses, I think, from both teams, the teams are having a little bit of a discussion, so that's why Snip is currently gone and they don't have a 6th player. So we may not even get Snip might not come back for the remainder of the map. And we may not even get a sub or a ringer in here for the side of Satisfactory. So they may be down 5 versus 6 for the remainder of the map. That is going to put them with a very tall task ahead of them. Being down in player is huge, and 2.6 is proving that they have a massive time advantage, and it's even Ubers. And they still have that player advantage, just even though everybody on the server is alive, since Snip is not here, it is a 6 versus 5 in favor of 2.6. And this is Satisfactory trying to get something going. Axelbars eats that pipe. Here comes Mercy with the bomb. Is just going to fade away, and that's going to cause the force out of Satisfactory.
It's not going to be too good either. We are trying to go ahead and go for something. Cosmo is going to lose his life for it. We do see Snip back into the server. Don't have to try to repause. Robo going to lose his life as well. But from what we are still seeing, 40 seconds left on the clock. Satisfactory basically has to make this a do or die moment. And it is time to do and not die. You feel me? Go ahead and twist the metal. Change what you got to change, because if you can't change, you can't change. It's just how it is. It's deeper than you think. It's deeper than the meaning. It's deeper how you feel, because we're looking at Snip going to be one of the first ones to die by metal. Mercy high in the sky doing another fade bomb right into the roll horn, and Epion going ahead and getting picked off by Mercy. Down 2, down your demo, 10 seconds left on the clock. You have to contest. There's nothing more you can do. You have to contest. You have to try to fight for this point, even if it looks to be impossible. Nothing is impossible. Along with these man kills, going 2 and 2 and 2, Balada gonna be one of the first ones to die. But with the combined effort of both your soldiers and a team and a dream to win, don't cap it, don't do it. You capped the point, you denied your medic, but you did what you had to do, because even if it went to overtime, you did what you had to do. But we are looking at full ad for the side of 2.6. A post-fight of all post-fights is going to be what's going to save Satisfactory from utter doom and destruction in 17. And we have to see that unfold right here and right now. Otherwise, the map immediately goes to 2.6.
Yeah, Snip did rejoin the server, but it is still an uphill battle. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to stall, and there's a full Uber ad you have to deal with here. Danmark gonna bomb in. A lot of damage coming in for the side of 2.6, although 2 kills go in favor of Satisfactory. They're gonna be really happy with that, and 2.6 probably just has to back up and kill these players behind if they don't want to get pincered. Aerolith and Shoeshocker do get 2 kills, but Danmar is gonna go down. Shoeshocker is trying to continue the aggression here, but I think he's just trying to keep the pressure up until his teammates get here. Yep, Mercy and, Meadow are behind. They are spawning in. They come in, get a bunch of damage here. Meadow and Shoeshocker are going to get kills. Snip gets a kill onto Aerolith, and Snip gets another kill, but Shoeshocker gets another kill. Mercy gets one more, and that is 4-3 in favor of 2.6. Map 1 goes to 2.6.
It was looking hot. It was looking good. It was looking fire. It was unfortunate that they didn't have another player to go ahead and rump that. That was definitely unfortunate for the side of Satisfactory. But regardless, still a phenomenal game. Still a phenomenal game. That post fight was looking very good. Very demure. Very fire. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, the demise was a little too much extending. We had players dying in situations where it was not optimal for them to die in. But hey, it's not over. It's the first map. It's Clearcut. They got the first coth out of the way. The first coth is out of the way. And now we just go right into Sunshine. That's going to be the 5 CP map for the night before potentially, we go to a third map, which could be Bagel. We don't know if we're going to a third map yet. It depends how Sunshine plays out. But most importantly, what these logs looking like? What these logs looking like? What these logs looking like? That's the real question.
It looks like Damar is really standing out for his team. And then on the other side, it looks like it's a pretty reasonably spread out effort from the side of Satisfactory 6's players, whereas 2.6, it looks like Danmar's really doing well, only taking 217 damage per minute, but still doing 333. Big difference in damage there, which is gonna, make sure your team is just healthier in general than the other team. We're gonna be going on to map 2 Sunshine, and I do want to triple check because I think this was the pick of, Satisfactory picked Clearcut and 2.6 picked Sunshine. So currently we are now going to 2.6's map pick, and Satisfactory has to win both this and Bagel if they want to make it to the upper bracket finals.
And you know what? Hey, that's what playoffs are for. Are you really testing out your maps? Or are you testing out the maps that got picked? Let's be real. You scrimming those maps. So, hey, this is some light work. You lost your map. Hey, we've been scrimming Sunshine all week. This going to be the dub. This going to be the case. This going to be the case. We're going to beat the race. This going to be the case. It's unfortunate. You lost a player. You lost the map. But, hey, it was close. If it was some 0-4, you know what? Whatever. It was 0-4. You weren't really doing nothing. But it was 3-4, which means both teams still even in some regard. And all I got to tell you is it's looking crispy. It's looking good. Also, just to let everybody know in chat, if Satisfactory wins, CEO has to give everybody in chat $100. So how many people? We got 108 people. Yeah, he got the money for that. He got to get everyone $100. $100. That's exactly how this got to go.
I think we got some ones going in the chat for that. Yeah, let's get some ones in the chat for that. But anyways.
If that's if
okay.
Not that. I'll say it later. I'll say it again. It don't matter. You just have to know. Yeah. Hey, some people heard it. I'll say it again later. But what we are realistically looking at is, throughout the logs that we definitely the logs were fire. The logs were absolutely fire. From what we're looking at, Effion definitely was up putting some damage right next to Damar. So the demos were outpouring some damage. Even when you look at the DTM, goodness gracious, this demo, Effion, he's just taking so much damage, but he dealing the damage. He ain't damaged neg, he damaged positive. You know what I'm saying? Hit blood type O positive because he giving it out to everyone who positive as well. You feel it? Oh my God. You feel it? But regardless, M17, we're on Sunshine. You know the map. You know the map. I played the map. You know how it be. You know how it is. What are expectations from how we've seen both of these players kind of, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it looks like Shoeshocker's been very, very beam-centric a little bit more beam-centric on Combo Scout and willing to take a lot more damage just to be a lot more of the, just the leading driver for his team and letting his team do some aggression. So that will probably show that'll be like, I think, even a bigger factor here on Sunshine, because Sunshine is definitely a nice open map. There's a lot of favorable angles for scouts. But it's not like soldiers or demos are like bad here. There's a lot of very nice bombs for soldiers, and there's definitely some good bombers here. Definitely, at least Danmar is a very good jumper, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some crazy bombs from him. Oh wait, he's on demo. Excuse me. Never mind. I forgot about that.
Nah, he's entirely on the demo man's. And so also for the people who just came back from the ad, I'm gonna say it again. It's Satisfactory wins. You know, CO has to give everybody in chat $100. Matter of fact, $150. He has to give everybody in chat $150. Bank account, from his savings account, from his 401k account, from his Roth IRA account. You know, he didn't sign up for it, but he has to give everyone $100. Just letting you know. He's got the money for it. He absolutely does. He has the money. Just let him do his thing. If he tells you he doesn't have the money, tell him what his just ask what his Bitcoin looked like. You know what I'm saying? But he got it. You guys say thank you, CO, for the $100.
Yeah,
Push
I think
P.
the best way to say thank you, CO, is to throw those ones into the chat. Right? Throw those ones into the chat. We'll see a lot of that.
Throw those ones up. Don't listen to him when he talking about feet picks. You know, he not selling feet picks. He's selling money. He's got a system. Just know what kind of system he's got. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, going back into the game, a lot of chaos. M17 though. In terms of what to expect from how you saying it, in terms of what to expect, how you feeling? How you feeling between both teams?
I don't know. I feel like hopefully there won't be any more connectivity issues from Snip. That always sucks, especially in a playoffs game. So hopefully it's another maybe a close game, maybe some a quicker 30-minute game, because we do still have a map 3, which I would like to see, but I also don't want to, be here for a year, which it definitely can be. You have to be careful about that with the continuous overtime, but it wasn't too bad on Koth. Normally Koth isn't too bad about that, because it's just first to 4 rounds, so it's just, there isn't really any worries about that, whereas this is the one map where we might see a pretty long map. It is possible, but it's not like it's guaranteed either. It could be, a quick 5 rounds from one team in, like 25 minutes. It could be anything. I think I do favor Satisfactory here on this map too. I do think we're gonna get to the map 3. But we'll see. I do think that they're gonna step it up and bring us back to a map 3, just because I think 2.6 were practicing Clearcut a bit, so I'm pretty sure they feel like they were comfortable, ready to play it. So I wonder if that's gonna mean that they weren't practicing Sunshine as much. We'll see.
You know what? I think they got it, because if they don't, I'm gonna be mad that I just bet 3,000 points on Satisfactory Sixes players. But I think they got it. Am I insider trading? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying. Anyway, regardless of that though, I will tell you, from the way how I'm looking at it though, M17, I'm thinking this could be. I don't want to put too much hope. I got to think. We got to think logical. You know how it is. We're casters. We're not biased. I might be slightly biased, but just because I pugged with Snip last night and I said, good luck in your match. You know what I'm saying? Slightly biased, but regardless of it, I think it's still going to be a good map. I think what we really do see from both of these teams, I do like the soldier synergy from both of these teams. It's utilized in different ways. In terms of, the aggressive, in terms of like aggression kind of bombs, in terms of like just kind of fading type of bombs, just like trying to plan what you're trying to do kind of bombs. Like, I'm seeing a lot more aggression coming out from the side of 2.6 in terms of what their soldiers want to do. But I'm excited nonetheless. We are starting. For the people who are just joining or leaving, whatever the case may be, this is Satisfactory Sixes players versus 2.6. Satisfactory just lost the first map, their first pick on Clearcut. This is now officially map 2. If 2.6 wins this, they will win their first playoff round 1. If not, we will be going to round 3. M17, take us in, buddy.
Yeah, already Axopars takes quite a bit of damage, huge damage on the side of 2.6. Danmar gets an early trap kill, although Cosmo does get the kill onto B, which is going to be huge, but it's down too many players for this side of Satisfactory, and Meadow and Aerolith are just chasing, the medic, Axopars, and he is just going to get cleaned up right at the end, and that's going to be a big 15-second Uber ad, so not going to be like the most massive thing, but since pretty much everybody else on the side of 2.6 lived, they already have a lot of control on second. Even while Aerolith is still capping mid, they already got traps set up, they got their explosives here ready to already start capping and get this locked down. Though they don't have that big of an Uber ad, I don't think they were building that well. So it's only going to be maybe like a 20% Uber ad. I don't know if they're going to be able to use this in.
I think the way that this is going to go down, at least for the most part, is even though we are actually seeing 2.6 build Uber a lot better than we are seeing it from the side of Satisfactory 6's players, but we are seeing, and they have a gun. It goes ahead and gets Mercy, but Balada was actually at 36 health throughout that going on. So if anything, if 2.6 is good at doing these heat checks, especially now that we're on Sunshine, it definitely can happen at this point. If they are nice at checking these heat checks, then what we could see is an Uber. We could see some Uber ad. We could see an Uber ad push, but it looks to be unlikely because we do have a gun. But Mercy is on, Lamborghini Mercy is on spot with the best spy knife in the game. It is the Black Rose. That is the best spy. It is the best spy knife in the game. Do not at me. Every other spy knife sucks. Hate to tell you. Best spy knife is Black Rose, but currently, the footwork.
Oh my god, he gets shot.
That's crazy.
Wait,
no.
Did he not get shot? Oh, he's barely getting
crazy.
missed. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Spacing. Meadow going in for a bomb, eats the air shot. Here comes the backstab attempt, but Axopars is safe behind the dispenser and is gonna safely live. That's 2 soldiers down from the side of 2.6, so Satisfactory is gonna look to pressure here. And 2.6 is actually pretty far back. They already have their combo in Valley, although they do try to go the lower door initially, and that's where Danmar's traps are, but they realize that the other door is just open, and so they're going to get through and retake second. And they do still have a gun up on last. I wonder if they're moving it up. No, they're just swapping back. Smiley Face is swapping back to Scout, and so it's just going to be the classic break through the second hold here for the side of 2.6.
You know what, just as we see that too, we need to see, so on the side of 2.6, we just have to get a little bit creative in terms of how we want to go for the sack. It looks like it'll probably be a single sack, one little fade, one little high commit, but just as I say that, Mercy went for the fade bomb, tried to go for the real commit, really couldn't get anything, but the force Cosmo coming in from choke, did not get out of the cafe fast enough and managed to catch them right as they were transitioning right out of the cafe to get the fade push off of B, getting the force and turning this into full ad for the side of big Satisfactory. But we are slowly but surely seeing them come out. Uber does actually get utilized. They use it a little aggressively, catching Aerolith. They want to chase this deep, and that's exactly what they do. They get their mans, but now they have to worry about the counter collapse. Danmar jumping high, gets the pipe on the Balada. Oh, and Shoeshocker's good at being the detective and getting his mans, but not before the robo protection coming in at 3 o'clock, and that's going to be the case. Shoeshocker still wants to go for his man, 84 HP, and still wants to catch his mans, does not care, does not fear, and is going to have to go ahead and respect the players, and gets killed himself as that was happening, but he was ready for blood. He was blood hungry. Mercy also try to go for a savage, getting Balada at 17 HP, but that's going to be all that's going to happen. Danmar, Aerolith, and B are going to be the only ones up right now for the side of 2.6 as they get a respawner, but huge ad coming in from the side of Satisfactory. This might be their map, and we are actually seeing Aerolith on heavy right into the forwards, and they do not know because Tommy Slav, that's going to be the case.
There are still some traps here. There's going to be a little bit of resistance because of that heavy, so we'll see if they're able to get anything. Even just one pick can be huge for the side of 2.6. Aerolith actually walked all the way out of spawn. He's committing to this fight versus Smiley Face. Is he going to get onto the point in time? He is going to stop it, and he's going to win it, and that's going to hold off the push. Here comes the aggressive Uber into last from the side of Satisfactory. They're going to back up. Aerolith gets another kill into Cosmo, is still alive back there. He's eating the sandwich on second just to delay. 4 versus 3, and 2.6 is pushing right back in here. They do have an extra soldier, so they really need to make sure that Mercy is healthy and able to, use that extra player. And Satisfactory is just going to back up there. I was looking a little sketchy earlier from 2.6 because they had like players going in by themselves and they weren't watching the choke, which allowed Cosmo to flank. But it looks like they've pulled it back, although Smiley Face is up on the sniper, already peeking Valley, but does get spotted pretty early. So 2.6 does know about the sniper.
Oh, I'm about to say they definitely should have heard it from that one shot, but it looks like they're still trying to. Even with that being happened, it still seems like some people want to go ahead and try to peek, bro. But I mean, hey, you gotta do what you do. Going ahead and making some kind of pressure, getting the pick on the Smiley, but not before trading it on the Mercy. Which nice little trade. Scout for a sniper for a soldier. You do what you do at that point. One less person to hold the door, but one less person on their side, so it turns into a 5v5. I thought at one point I thought they were going to go for a little offside, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Both teams have Uber. Both teams are going to chill, and it really doesn't seem like we might see any off classes. We might see a spy, but it seems like for the most part. Oh, just as I said that.
Okay.
Just as I said. Wait, what is this loadout? Wait, oh my God. Oh, what is it? What the? Bro, is he all? And he's on the Black Rose. Never mind, he's forgiven. Best knife in the game, by the way. Another player that has just letting y'all know, best knife in the game. Any other spy knife just is terrible. Looks awful. Garbage. Your eternal reward, you're garbage. I don't know what to tell you, but Cloak and Dagger. Trying to see what we can do here, M17.
Yeah, and you got to be careful, especially if you don't see any sack attempts pretty quickly. You should probably expect, even at this level, you definitely should be expecting the spy or the sniper if there's nothing. It already has been a while, so I'm surprised they haven't seen anything. Although,
oh God,
here comes the Axelpar's bomb, or the bomb from Snip, and it isn't going to get anything. Aerolith and Shoeshocker both get 2 kills. That's huge, but they do get forced by the aggression, and that's going to cause 2.6 to go right back in. But actually, B gets caught here. An aggressive counter Uber from the side of Satisfactory. They get the kill into B and the kill into Aerolith. They're in the enemy team's cafe, and they're staying alive in here. They're all clumped up in here, though. It's got to be a coordinated fight from the side of 2.6 if they want to win, and they were just a bit too separated. They're going to mostly go down. They did get the kill onto Balada, but that's just going to be big player advantage for for Satisfactory, and they're gonna already get control of second, and they might try to push into last here. I think they're a player spawn, so I think they're gonna cancel, which they are. Yeah, they're just gonna wait for their medic, and it's gonna be an even Uber situation here on last.
I thought it was going to be a situation to where they chased Rouge Shutter, especially where Damar was so hurt. I thought they were going to just utilize any kind of resource and just go forward from there. But it seemed like at this point in time, that was not the case. Now, what I will say, what is interesting, though, is that even though they are still looking at a little, some slight disset, they are building really well. I don't think this is going to be oh, wait a second. We are on crits. You heard that right. We are on. This is Crits Krieg coming out. This might be massive. For every crit kill, CEO has to give everybody in chat $10. Just saying. I didn't make up the rules. It's, he's a charitable man. He's a multi-billionaire. We're just gonna have to see something crazy. Oh, here's the first one. Oh, first $10 coming in. Oh, and it just keeps going. Gets the gun. Gets Damar. Hold up. We lost everybody else, but they're down 3. They can go ahead and recontest this, as that's the first thing they're doing. Stickies onto the point. Set your guns down. Have to contest with the point. Have to throw your body on it. Damar's in a Effion's in a nice little position, and that's going to be it. The Crits Krieg is successful, and CO owes everybody $20 in the chat. Oh my goodness, perfect. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. 2 crit kills. Yeah, the buildings count as $1, so $22. Yeah, because he's got money like that. Yeah, $22. Yeah. M17 take us in, though.
We're going into this next mid. Mercy going very aggressive, actually does decide better of it, is going to go into the enemy team's cafe and is still behind. And it looks like there's going to be some coordinated aggression as Mercy is in behind, but very fast aggression from the side of Satisfactory. Although the picks are not going in their favor. B is very low, is going to live though, and it's just Effion in on B right now. B trying to dodge and does live. That's a full wipe for Satisfactory. Mercy somehow got the med kill after being so delayed, and the Satisfactory walking forward, but that's just going to be a big advantage here for the side of 2.6. They're going to already be working their way into last shortly. The NG just spawns now, so maybe they'll be able to...
On EA, even though Uber does come out from the side of Big 2.6, trying to go ahead and make everything along that line. Just so we're seeing it right now, Balada going to be one of the first to die, but hold up! Wait a second! Left side Cosmo with the double bomb that gets everybody! Mercy and Shoeshocker are going to be one of the few that up. Robo and Cosmo the ones, and it's a An Uber that turned into something, gorgeous, something absolutely phenomenal, turned into utter devastation. An Uber that looked like it was gonna save the world ended up being the god of war. Zeus! Give me this! Stop this last point! And my life is yours! And that's exactly what we saw from the side of Satisfactory. A phenomenal last hold turns into something to something. Greatness. Utter greatness. Now, what we are going to be looking at is that the Uber ad is going to be monumentally massive for the side of 2.6. They don't even care about the Uber. Cosmo is already dead, and everybody else is in getting the point pressure, and they're stopping the point. Shoeshocker and Mercy going ahead and catching flat. Airlift catching a fade, and hold up. Smiley wants his mans. He got a big old smile on his face. No metal, no airlift, but they do have Uber at Damar losing his life. Oh, and Smiley is on the cusp to greatness. B, 65% Uber. Shoeshocker sticking right with B, and they cannot contest second any longer. Slowly but surely, we are seeing the side of Satisfactory 6 move their way up, but it looks like sometimes they want to try to keep it. Nah, we're just seeing them leave. They want to leave this. I thought they were going to try to recontest, even though with the Uber ad try to do a little some there, but it seems like at this point in time we just want to go ahead and play the safe bet. But hey, it is what it is. Both teams have Uber. Both teams are pretty comfortable. No off classes, and it's on to the side of 2.6 to break this stalemate. Oh my goodness. Along this line too.
Yeah, they're trying to push off their player. And actually, Mercy does go in and gets the force onto Balada. And he's not going to be able to get much. And nobody else on the side of Satisfactory is really aggressive enough. So they're just going to have to back it up. And Mercy's going to respawn. And it's going to be the Uber ad push for the side of 2.6. They're already working their way into Cafe, going early. Before Mercy has even spawned, Meadow is already through because Satisfactory is pretty far back. They do have Cosmo hiding. He does get spotted and is going to go down, but they backed up pretty far, pretty quickly, and that actually might give enough time. Mercy has spawned onto Heavy and is going to be there for the push. Maybe. We'll see. But Mercy has to run in pretty quickly. Here comes the direct push in on last. Actually, B drops Shoeshocker. That's going to be a huge kill. No scout in the Uber, which means you might not be able to get kills here. They haven't gotten anything like a sentry or anything. Smiley Face even going to live too. They do have Mercy still up on the Heavy, but Mercy did get spotted. And it's just going to be Mercy trying to hold it. Now 2.6 are at a disad, and Satisfactory is going to be pushing out with their Uber at.
And Mercy has the goated heavy cosmetic, the Purity Fist. You don't see any other heavy wearing that fist. Name 10 heavies that wear that fist, and the answer is nobody. Mercy is the #1 heavy to do that. Now the Uber does come out, and it looks like we want to go for more of like a kill Uber, but this heavy is still just living in the corner, and the majority of this Uber is going to be used for this heavy that's still alive somehow. This heavy is still alive. Someone kill this heavy. The heavy and Meadow are still alive. This heavy is still alive, and it's in the lobby. No one can kill this heavy, and this heavy has the high ground, and this heavy finally dies. Oh my god, but not before dragging back every single person and their mama back into the shutter. Damar and everyone else just coming in at the most chaotic time. Shoeshocker wants to go ahead and try to catch body after body after body. Him, bodies, as we are seeing Uber ad come out from the side of 2.6, just going ahead and taking it with the gas pedal. Shoeshocker and Co. immediately on the point, gets an immediate flash, getting immediate damage, but it's not good. That's exactly how I feel right now. As we go ahead and saw Shoeshocker play priority for that point, Mercy did all that he did, and that was get chaos, ensue chaos. And that's exactly what we saw unfold, turning this into a 1-1. It is an even game, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. That was well played there from 2.6 after a lot of separated players, but it looks like it's still going to be pretty even. We're into this third mid. Cosmo and I think, yeah, it looked like Cosmo and Mercy were going to have a little bit of an encounter in the Cafe, but they both backed off, and both teams are just going to be on each other's side, although Mercy is still behind. Incho, massive damage onto Balada, and actually doing a lot of distraction, and that's going to cause Meadow to go in. Isn't going to get any kills. Airlift does get the kill onto Balada, and it's now 3 versus 4, and the players are just going to try to feed in to get the kill onto B, but they're all going to go down, and a full wipe again for Satisfactory, and 2.6 is very happy with that. Mercy played that very well, getting a lot of distraction and just causing so much separation. That helped a lot.
Oh my goodness. We saw utter destruction from the side of 2.6. Damar and Shoeshocker realized they had to lock in to solidify these kills. The combo had to lock in to solidify and to, not even solidify, but just signal, hey, this is playoffs. Bring your A game. because we bring in ours. 50% Uber ad, a dream to kill, and a dream, nah, just a dream to kill. That's exactly what we want to see from 2.6. Uber comes out from right side, not looking like they want to take the priority along with us. They do get the gun. They use the rest of the Uber to go ahead and chase right onto their side, and in that balada just catch all the whole flag and Epion. Not what you want to see, but still trying to trade people back and forth, trying to do a 4v4, trading damage, solidifying damage, and Robo is going to be the only person alive. A 1v3, oh, a 1v1, it's going to be the one to go ahead and solidify the pick. 16 HP remaining. Balada's not going to go ahead and get it. Now, he's not fast enough for that, but Robo almost saved the day, but it's okay. It's a 2v1, it's a 3v1, almost turned into some insanity along that line. But hey, it is what it is. It is how it is. We see it 2-1, 2.6 is up right now. We do have to see something unfold from the side of Satisfactory if they want to still be within the race M17.
Oh yeah, we're into this fourth mid. I think so far Satisfactory has lost all the mids, and 2.6 is they definitely won at least 2 of them. Here comes Mercy is into that into that cafe again, causing a bit of chaos, but this time supported by the rest of his team, and both teams just kind of looking at each other for now. Although here comes the aggressive soldier bombs. Mercy does get some damage, and Arrow actually gets the kill onto Balada, and Shoeshocker gets another kill onto the demo, and now it's just an all-in from the side of Satisfactory. They did manage to get B this time, though, which is going to secure them an even Uber situation, but importantly, still 2.6 won the round. Danmar setting some very aggressive, not insanely aggressive, but pretty aggressive traps here on second. But these are to be expected, honestly, so I don't think they're going to get any players. We will see. Actually, they do! They get Epion, and they almost killed Axel Price.
Don't say that. Can't say that. Can't say that, Everett. You can't say that, man. You can't say that, man, because the demo always gets his mans. Even if he don't think he's going to get his mans, the demo always gets his mans. Look at him. The perfect class. So beautiful. So, I can't say the other word, but so beautiful. You know how it is, but still, slight ad for Satisfactory, though, M17. And a dream to keep this last point. Oh, but Meadows is not going to let anybody go ahead and do that. I'm on the Meadow cam because the sniper cam looking kind of nice. Shoeshocker and more getting some space in. Oh, and Meadows just is in. Oh, Meadow is just in. They're allowing Meadow to get so much space. Not before getting bombed, though. 56 HP. Oh, but Meadow's still going to live. Oh, well, hold up. We see another pick on the right door. Balada is going to go ahead and die. A pick coming out from Merce. A pick coming out from Meadow. Shoeshocker going ahead to meet his demise by Cosmo, too, even though the Uber does get utilized as well. So it turns into a great situation, into utter disaster. But regardless, they're still working with some ad. Slight ad, if anything. But they're still working with something. Shoeshocker's on spot. And pretty much just kind of go from here, build the Uber and see what we can get. But just kidding. Actually, the side up. Denmark! Oh no!
Meadow gets another kill. Shoeshocker is still alive on Spy, and Shoeshocker's just in on last, uncloaked, and Meadow's gonna get the gun off the distraction from Cosmo. Meadow fighting Epion with the pickaxe and gets the kill living. Oh my goodness, and now Shoeshocker and Arrows are in with the rest of the team, and that's gonna be the round. 3-1 in favor of 2.6 drop cycle.
Snip dropping an early GG in the chat. Nah, lock it in, brother. Nah, lock in, brother. Nah, lock in, brother. You got lock. Oh, whoa. Nah, lock in, brother. You got lock in, brother. But currently 3-1. And right now we see 2.6 up. Satisfactory might have to change up the game plan if they want to be solidified, brought into the board. But another mid, another time to be alive. We do see an immediate soldier bomb coming out from Cosmo, just drawing some eyes. And Cosmo's going to be one of the first to die by Shoeshocker. And it's just a, oh my God, it's a buffet up into this red choke, killing it all. But just as I say that, red 2.6 going to go ahead and keep everything alive. I'm seeing a whole lot of red, and I ain't talking about the red team. I'm seeing all types of blood and gore, and that might just because of my TF2 mod. It just might be because how it is. But regardless of such, we are looking at slight ad for the side of 2.6 M17 and a dream, another dream to capture and collect this point. Now it is all up to the side of Satisfactory to get a nice last hold going if they don't want to repeat the same mistakes. But we are still seeing pure aggression coming from the side. Meadow gonna actually be one of the first to die by Robo as well, M17.
Yeah, and B is on crit 70% already, and here comes the aggressive soldier bomb in. Robo is also going to go in, and B dies before they get crits. That's a huge kill there. A bunch of kills going in favor of Satisfactory.
Oh my
now
gosh.
It's just Mercy and Shoeshocker behind trying to get something. Mercy going to go down to his own rocket. Shoeshocker's going to go down. That's a full wipe there, and even though they haven't won a single mid, Satisfactory is now looking to take this all the way into last. They actually, oh my goodness!
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's another thing. Goes ahead and unfold. We do see Damar up into the air, 1 HP. Still is alive! How is he alive? What? And Mercy is also going ahead and dying by Robo, as we are seeing full ad for the side of Satisfactory 6's players, M17. This is the moment. This is the play that we have been waiting for, as the gun is going up and Shoeshocker is on Pyro as well. This is the gas pedal that we need to see from Satisfactory 6's players.
Yeah, and Effion was dead, but Effion there's just been a player down for too long. Actually, Danmar gets a trap kill onto the scout. Doing that family Uber maybe could have caused them a free kill here, as Meadow goes in and gets the kill onto Balada. Mercy gets a kill on the smiley face, but these kills are definitely favoring 2.6 drop cycle, and it is just Effion, and he's got to dip his way all the way out through the valley. He might actually be chased. I think he's going to feel safe enough getting out here because the scouts have spawners. They did manage to kill B, which means they are going to have a very small Uber ad. So I don't think 2.6 are really going to be too comfortable here on second. But it's only like a 20-25% Uber ad, and Danmar is setting up aggressive traps again. I said that they wouldn't get anything last time, and yet they did, so we'll see.
You know who else is not comfortable? Me, because how is the Celtics going to lose to the 76ers and Utah Jazz this season? We suck as a team. How is James Harden worse at basketball this year than he was last year? Why am I seeing him on the clip? I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm getting so mad. I'm getting underscore. You have no idea. You have no idea how mad I am right now about my NBA teams. But we are seeing full ad. Just kidding. It's not really full ad, but ad for the side of, oh my, Satisfactory. Danmar catches the pipe and another pipe. Oh my god. He goes ahead and dies. But wait, a re-Uber from the side. Oh my god, the 2.6. Do they use it? No. They don't use it. They save it. They save it like a man saving his 2-week paycheck coming in from the side. Uber does come out. We look at the cleanup kills, but we do lose Snip. And Mercy goes ahead and loses his life as well. But the Cosmo dies. It's going to be a better situation because we are going to see the Danmar spawn, and we are going to see the damage be outpoured. We are seeing Effion going ahead and lay down the hammer, but Danmar and the rest of Red wants to go ahead and lay down that hammer. Mercy wants to go ahead and show his Lamborghini skills right onto the side of Balada, but I see Mercy, but it's actually Meadow. She was going to be the one to go ahead and show the Lamborghini skills, but it isn't going to be the case whatsoever. But Uber ad again for the side of Satisfactory 6's players, going ahead, get another chance to show again that, hey, we have the play. This is playoffs. We got the momentum. We got the play. We got the gas pedal. We're driving the 2006 Mitsubishi Galant right from lower, and that's exactly what we see. When Uber come from the side of lower. I know Uber being utilized yet, trying to go ahead and clear kills. A lot of point pressure. We see a stop at Mercy, but it isn't going to be enough to stop the point. It's actually going to be a capture point for the side of Satisfactory 6's players, and we are up 2-3, but we are still seeing up with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left onto the clock. M17.
Oh yeah, 2.6 just had everybody go and spawn. Robo Serrano instantly went for the cap time, and he pretty much got all the cap before the first soldier even got there to stop the point, and that was pretty much enough to secure that round, as this is the 6th mid here. Again, 2.6 has won all 5 mid fights. They are winning 3-2, but you know, those mid fights are still pretty important. This time it's looking a lot more interesting. There's a lot of damage, but 2 kills still go in favor of 2.6, but then Satisfactory does manage to clean up on the damage, and they did actually win their first mid here on Sunshine, and they're going to keep going forward. Robo Serrano did eat a rocket, but he's going to be able to keep walking forward with his 185 and beam, and Mercy just trying to delay a little bit, but just going to delay for his team to respawn, as he's going to work his way back to last, and it's going to be even on last again.
You know what? I wish, if there was one thing about the M17, you're absolutely right. You know, they're going to even it up, not like the Celtics this year, though. They're not evening nothing up. We might as well be the worst NBA team of all time. We might as well be the Pacers. We might as well be 1-10. But you know who's not 1-10? Satisfactory 6's players. They're not 1-10. They're actually doing well right now. Just as I say that Cosmo actually just goes ahead and eats it by metal. But hey, it's cool. Even Ubers, you got something to work with. The only off class we're seeing right now is Shoeshocker on Engineer, who's moving the gun currently. Nothing slight. We might see a recapture. Meta goes ahead and loses her life as well. But hey, it's chill. You know, she got a pick. She got a couple points. Unlike Jaylen Brown, who's not getting any points whatsoever. Why did we trade Drew Holiday? I'm sorry, I'm getting pissed. We do see Aerolith on Spy, going ahead and checking some people just to see if there's any off classes of any time. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case whatsoever. We're actually seeing Robo go ahead and getting sauced, just like we saw Jason Tatum get sauced this season. Okay, I'm sorry. But regardless of that fact, even for both sides, Aerolith is on Sniper too. We didn't see the Aerolith Sniper yet, and the Golden Australian might be nice with it. Might be nice with it in 17.
Yeah, I thought maybe there could have been like that 6 versus 5 timing, but Cosmo was late to spawn. I think they were just discussing what they wanted to do, so there's no advantage there, and it's just going to be that 6-on-6. You have to break through. It's going to be tough. They have the NG and the Sniper, which is already annoying enough to deal with, but obviously the 3 explosive classes are very entrenched here with their heals constantly getting buffed up, so it's going to be very tough to kind of push through here. You got to get some sort of pick somewhere, or maybe camel the gun or something. You have to do something, because you can't sit here forever. I mean, I guess you could, but then it just goes back to mid.
All I'm going to say, too, from how we're looking at it right now, you know, both teams are even along that line. Cosmo going ahead and trying to do a little bump and shove. You know, couldn't get the shove, couldn't get the bump, but hey, you know, he did something. He did something that I didn't see Jaylen Brown do tonight, which was actually do something useful. Oh my God, I'm getting mad. I'm getting so mad. I'm getting so mad. I'm getting so mad. I'm doing so mad. I'm getting so mad. I'm getting so pressed.
Okay, and Cosmo.
Oh.
Okay, interesting. So Cosmo went Spy, and I believe the side of 2.6 does know. Yes, they do even bump him, and he's gonna go down because there was some off-class checking from the side of Aerolith. Aerolith has gone up to Sniper now, and also I believe we have, yes, Mercy is on the Battalion's backup, so that is just gonna help. If he's able to get it in time, that's going to help make this just an even more difficult hold for Satisfactory to break. This time they switch Cosmo onto Sniper. We'll see if that gets anything. Mercy aggressively peeking right now, but isn't going to see anything, and I believe still has crit heals. Yep, so he's going to be able to stay very healthy. That 330 health is very annoying on Soldier to deal with, but it's now going to turn into, I think, an aggressive Uber here from the side of Satisfactory. They are going to use it aggressively here, but they don't have a scout with this Uber. They do kill the gun quickly, and here's the counter Uber, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get anything when they actually lose a player quickly.
You know, even though they lost Snip within that side, they still went ahead and tried to do something along that line. A headshot comes in from Cosmo, but it isn't going to be enough to secure the kill. There's no other players left, but they're just in. 23 seconds left on the clock. They're just throwing at whatever body after body after body after body. Wait, hold up, Robo. Wait, hold up, Robo. Domari, go. Whoa. No, yo, Mr. Roboto. As we are seeing add again for the side of 2.6. We're seeing Monumental at 50 ad. That's enough ad to go ahead and do something. And if we build it really well, we could potentially try to utilize it and take it somewhere. Maybe use it aggressively depending on how we want to go about it. Now, some aggressive traps from Evian going on, or some traps on the side of Valley from the side of Evian. It doesn't look like we're moving yet for the side of 2.6, but just as I say that, we're moving slowly but steadily, trying to just get some early information, trying to push out a choke, especially where we have the ad to do it from. Now, what's going to be imperative, what's going to be important is
there's a spy in, and B is going to spot it. Oh my goodness, and Snip is not going to get anything, but that crucial kill actually ends up allows Cosmo to get the drop onto B. That's a huge step, or a huge fix there for the side of Satisfactory, and now they're just going to build. They're going to have a nice big Uber ad. They are down 2 players, so they have to be careful for some aggression, but I think 2.6 is just not healthy enough, and they're just going to play this nice and passive while they wait for their med to respawn.
And we are now officially on overtime, and a great call out. We are actually still seeing Mercy on the Battalion's backup still, and it's 99% there. One more tick has, and he officially now has Battalion's backup as we are trying to see a fight. come in for the side of Cafe, but it doesn't look like anyone's getting caught. Actually, it's looking like a Starbucks order, and I'm seeing everyone turn into matcha right now. It's all greed for the side of Satisfactory 6's players. Don't have to use the Uber and get 4 within that without having to use any Uber whatsoever. But oh my God, does Evian get a little aggressive? He's got some sticks onto the forward. Does anyone come out forwards? Do we see it? We don't hear anybody. Does anyone peek that door? Oh, and they do peek that door, but no one's gonna go ahead and lose their life for it as both teams still have Uber. Ooh, I'm seeing some movement. I'm seeing some. This is beautiful. Almost as beautiful as Ja Morant being traded to the Heat. Good God, please trade this man to the Heat. Good God, please trade this man to the Heat. I'm getting tired of useless players being traded to these dog shit teams. Please, dear God, basketball gods, please trade Ja Morant to the Heat. But we are still seeing even Ubers for both teams. Satisfactory 6's players still looking comfortable. We are seeing the same thing for 2.6. They have an engineer M17. They're putting in the same engineer spot, trying to get some pressure, trying to get this gun down early, but with them shoving the doors, it's going to be a little bit hard. Just as I say that, as the gun actually goes down, pressure's being shorted out. Roll Lopside actually catches the fade by Shoe Shocker, trades out for Meadow from Evian, and we see Damore getting so aggressive from the top side, but it's going to keep his life because he's right by the door. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Mercy does get a kill onto Smiley Face, and that's going to be Robo Serrano, I think, is maybe going to get a cottage shutter. No, he gets a nice bow from Balada and is going to live. And again, remember, we are at that continuous overtime. 2.6 won the first map, so if they just win one more round before Satisfactory wins 2 more on this map, then they make it to the upper bracket finals, whereas, you know, Satisfactory has to win the 2 rounds and then has to win map 3, and it was actually a little bit of an upset in the other round. It's actually 1-1 in terms of map scores for the 1st seed versus 4th seed, so it's still not in the tournament who's they're going to face. Whoever wins, of course, whoever wins this game will face in the upper bracket finals. But for now, it's just going to be snipers facing off against each other. Loop Lopside trying to look for something, doesn't see anything to take a shot, so it just backs up. And both teams are going to be playing this very safe, and Mercy is back on the battalion's backup.
You know, back on the battalions, gotta let them know how you back it up, you know what I'm saying? Gotta let them know. He said, I'm buffed, now watch this banner. Oh my goodness, about to go stupid. See Lopside, aka Snip, right onto the sniper. Does he get a pick right into his ring? Trying to go ahead and get something done along this line. His team making space. Shoe Soccer also is on sniper. Might be seeing a little bit of a sniper duel depending on how this goes around it, but we're seeing both teams, both snipers just kind of take these shots. Piika doorway, gonna try the right side where Damar's just locking that down. Trying to see who's right at the barrier. Shoe Shocker right there. Who's the first one who gets shot? And it's actually going to be Lopside. Catches a shot from the sticky bomb launcher. As we are pressuring the gun, we use the Uber for the gun. Smiley dies within it, but they kill Aerolift. But the Uber's still in the hands of 2.6 now. They can't get the pressure going. That's exactly what they do. And we might see Cosmo lose his life unless it actually doesn't get lost. But that could be the case. And we are actually within a pause as well, M17.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened here. It looked like this was going to maybe be scary for the side of 2.6 draw cycle because they lost 3 players and it looked like they weren't going to be able to get any more picks. But I think they're going to get spawners in time even if, so I think it's still going to be fine. Although Cosmo is kind of low, but I think Shoe Shopper's a little far, so probably won't be able to get the kill. We'll see what happens. But it is still going to be a pretty reasonable Uber situation. Just a small ad for the side of for the side of Satisfactory, but they obviously still have to deal with the active Uber of 2.6. But I don't know how much impact that's really going to have. I'm not sure if this is a technical or a tactical timeout. We'll see. But
Nah, wait,
yeah,
hold
I
up.
don't care.
Shake QC, what did you just say in this chat, bro? Nah, nah, take a break from the cast. Yes, bro. What is this? What is this? What is this, bro? What is this? Why did you say this, bro? Why you might someone ban him, bro. Why did he say that? Why did he say that, bro? Oh my God. Nah, that's crazy, but you're definitely right in terms of that M17. One thing that needs to be very apparent is that this is attack, This could be maintenance. I'm hoping it's attack though, and not something that has to do with player maintenance along that line. I'm not getting told by it. I'm not getting messaged by a player. So I am hoping, I'm praying that this is pretty much just attack pause. But from the way the situation is, we saw both teams use the Uber, and we actually are seeing more players dead onto the side of 2.6 than we are seeing it from the side of Satisfactory 6's players. Now, what's important too is we are going to get a respawner, and it is going to be Smiley who can get back to the fight within mere seconds, depending on how this plays out. But the post is going to be what's important, because are we going to see an immediate post from Satisfactory 6's, or are we going to take advantage of the Uber ad, or just drive? They have a lot of options they can utilize, especially with the players being dead as they are with the timers at hand. It's just how they utilize it, M17.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. I'm assuming it's going to be an all-out fight for the point. If we're paused here again, this might just be a tack pause right at 3-3. But I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully, Snip is not having any internet issues still. That would be very unfortunate. But those are always obviously unfortunate. But I think it's probably a tack pause. I feel like it is, because yeah, like I feel like we would have gotten some extra info if there was a technical issue at this point. So
Oh, and we back, and we're back, and we're back, and the game's back. Everything's back, under control. We're all good. Game is back. We're doing in my game.
yeah, and they're already coming back in, trying to push. Cosmo does get the kill onto Shoe Shocker. B gets the finish off kill onto Cosmo. B is trying to stand their ground on the point, but Axel Pars gets the kills onto B. Danmar gets the kill onto Ephion, and Axel Pars is going to get cleaned up. Smiley Face is going to go down to Aerolith, and just a little bit left. Robo Serrano trying to get to the point in time, but I don't know if they'll be able to get there.
Nah, it's all depending on how this basically plays out. Robo might play for the back cap too, which might actually be the case going into it. There's a lot of cap pressure, but, you know, we're going to see some players stand on it. Danmar's got sticks all around it. Gun's going immediately up, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Now, what we are going to see, though, is 2.6 taking their time, building this Uber. There's 30 seconds left, and it is overtime, which means that nobody is leaving this server until either 2.6 wins or until Satisfactory goes ahead and gets the upset. Now, we do see Snip going ahead and catching the fade from Meadow, and Ephion as well. That's not what you want to see. Now Satisfactory 6's players lose a lot of the control, especially with Smiley dead too. But there's 10 seconds left on the clock, which it looks like it might just be a reset. They might not even just play the second. They're going to let it reset and go immediately to mid at this point in time. Just kind of play more for the overtime to see exactly what can unfold in this case.
Yeah, I think if you have the med kill and like a decent amount of ad, it might be worth it to push back out. But in this kind of a situation, you know, especially with 2.6 having won all the mids except for the most recent one, I definitely think 2.6 is more willing to just go back to mid fight. They've been looking very strong in the mid, so I'm sure they're feeling good about them, and we are already on to the next mid here. Mercy again going into the cafe. Nothing else new, although here comes some crazy aggressive balls. Ephion gets the trap kill onto B already. That's a huge kill. Mercy with a nice double onto Volata and Lopside. Kills are going to go in favor of 2.6. They win again. It's just Smiley Face who is retreating to his own last.
And we are going to see slight ad come out from the side of 2.6. Robo got 3 DOMs. Hold up. Is bro him? Is Robo him? Is bro him? Is bro him? Oh my goodness, is bro him? Along that line, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But going through it here, I will say what's interesting. Oh, Snip catches it by Danmar, and it looks like we want to engage in another fight. Danmar is actually very low, catches a flak as low as Mercy, but within that whole refight, we lost 5 people. 5 whole people, and second is already capped, and this might be the end of it. Oh my god! Everyone held that shit down like it was nobody's fucking business. This might be the greatest plan in the history of TF2. Oh my god! This man deserves all. This man deserves all the hugs. This man deserves every single huzz that comes his way. Oh my God, brother. Did I see? Nah, that man turned up. That man turned up. He didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose nothing. He didn't want to lose nothing. He turned up right there. M17, yes sir.
Oh yeah, and they're already pushing in here with the extra player alive, and Cosmo is going very aggressive. Might actually catch B and choke. Does catch B and choke. A few kills going down in the favor of 3 kills actually in favor of 2.6 drop cycle. A lot of very low has to back out, but it's just Aerolith there trying to go into 3 people. Finally, the 2 soldiers from the side of, the side of 2.6 are going to come in. They do get the med kill, but they are going to both go down as well. Looks like Shoeshocker is trying to clean up these final 2 kills, but he's not able to get either of them. Both players playing together pretty well. Robo Serrano living, and it's just going to be, yeah, Danmar was trying to go back in, gets another kill on Robo Serrano. Oh my goodness. And he is eventually going to go down to Smiley Face, but now it's going to be Satisfactory 6's players, or Satisfactory 6's players getting the midpoint, but they are 30% Uber disab.
They do deny Danmar. Yeah. My bad. They do deny Danmar along that line. So what we are going ahead and seeing currently is that, oh my goodness, we are seeing an ad from the side of 2.6. We are definitely doing something crazy along that line. Now, here what I will say though. We looking at a lot of ad. We looking at some mighty fine ad coming in from the side at 2.6. They could take it aggressively if they really want to. It doesn't really seem like we're in the position to really take it aggressively, but just as I say that, we're actually moving towards choke. We're trying to break through. We're getting some early breakthroughs, but B actually does die by Cosmo, who went ahead and got the immediate timing, cleans up on Mercy. Robo does lose his life as well, but Shoeshocker wants to go ahead and try to collect where collectors do. He wants the rent, but just speaking of such, along with another person who wants rent, and that person's name is Aerolith, but he's definitely, along with Meadow, going to get that. He's going to get that rent paid too. But they're still moving. They're moving fast, and they have They have something to work with, and this looks like to be the time to go ahead and work with something. Now, Satisfactory 6's players has to be very smart about this. They have full ad. They have time to get everybody buffed and turn this into a really good aggressive ad. But we've also seen the likes of 2.6 being able to hold and hunker down when need be. And it looks like that's going to be the case. This Uber's going to be right from dungeon. We go ahead and use in. The Uber doesn't get immediately right onto the gun. It's not really getting a lot of time. Gun finally goes down. They're going to have to pick a side and post. We do see pressure for point, and no one's dead yet. Mercy actually trades. No soldier, no scout for the side. Collect! The raid's being collected, and it's due like no other. Meadow trying her best to go ahead and stop the point, but it's not going to be enough. And we are officially at 3-3. It is anybody's game at this point. If 2.6 wins this, they take it all. If Satisfactory wins this, we're moving immediately on to map 3, which is Cough Bagel.
Yeah, we're into this next mid. Again, 2.6 has won all the mids except for 1, so Satisfactory definitely want to make sure that they change something up again. Cosmo is maybe a little more aggressive this time, actually slow on the side of 2.6. It looks like Mercy rolled out into his own cafe, and they don't even realize Mercy is in there, and here comes the bomb from Mercy, and the collapse. He's not able to get, he actually does get a bunch of damage onto Volano, but there's a bunch of bombs going in for both teams, and it looks like the med is going to go down on the side of Satisfactory. Robo Serrano is the only one left alive, trying to take this kill onto B, but is not going to get that kill. And that's a wipe again and another mid-win for 2.6.
I can tell you right now, the way that this is looking, if you're a Satisfactory Sixers fan, it's not looking good. Robo lost all 3 DOMs in that one fight. It's not looking, we got full ad for the side of 2.6. It's not looking too hot. Now, we have seen where Satisfactory Sixers players have laid down the law when it comes to holding down this last point, but it is 3-3. If they want to still have a chance at winning, if they still want to have a chance at not having the rent collected by the likes of 2.6, the landlords looking to go ahead and collect that ding, 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 go ahead and give me that $2,000 USD rent, go ahead and cop that up, go ahead and let us know. Full ad, and an Uber coming out from right door gets stopped immediately by an Ephion pipe. Nice Gun not going down immediately, but a lot of point pressure. Not too much point pressure, if you ask me. And Robo actually loses his life as well. But Danmar catches the fade. Marcy with a beautiful bomb that kills 2. But everyone's doing their best to try to stop this point. We see B and Meadow and a low Costco and Smiley. Cosmo with 86 HP has to stop this point. And it's not going to be the case with Meadow solidifying the capture and winning the game for the side of 2.6, putting this up for the playoff round 1 win for 2.6.
Yeah, big win for them. 3rd seed beating the 2nd seed. And I'm taking a peek, and it looks like the other game is still going. So still not sure of the 1st and 4th seed who are going to win, but definitely a really close game. 3-4 on both maps. Yeah, very well played to both teams. And I'm sure the 2nd seed, Satisfactory 6's players is probably looking for, a little bit more of a win, of course. And they're going to be a little frustrated that they're in the loser side of the bracket now, but it's definitely not over for them.
No, it's definitely not over. It's not over till it's Jover. You feel me? It's not over till it's Jover. But it's double Elim. Relax. It's double Elim. Relax. You didn't lose yet. You still have a chance. You still got a chance. Satisfactory 6's players. You take this L, you learn from it, you adapt, you overcome, and you do what you got to do, which is put your money where your mouth is. But for 2.6, looking at the logs too, the logs looking mighty fine. Mighty fine coming in for the side of Sunshine. Feel it. We had a couple. Oh, my goodness. But along that line, it is how it is along that case. I will say, they did play some good games. The logs are looking pretty phenomenal along that line. Both demos still outpouring monumental damage. Robo dropped a almost 40 burger, along with Erla, who dropped a 32 burger, with Metal with a 35 burger. So the kills were being killed. They were being dealt. Now, M17, what's your take, though? How do you think in terms of Sunshine was going for him?
I mean, it looked pretty even. Like, I took a look at the logs. Again, they looked very even. This time it was honestly, it seemed pretty split amongst both teams. I didn't see anybody doing, too particularly outstanding or too poorly. It was just a very close-fought game between both teams, which is really great to see. I can't wait to see these combined logs as well, which I did manage to take a look at. Yeah, Danmar did play massive on that first map with a big damage diff there, but other than that, it doesn't really look like anybody had an insane performance. Both meds had 1 drop on each map, so not a huge factor there, and it's pretty similar, but it wasn't anything I think maybe wasn't too. I mean, this is kind of unexpected, but it was a good match still. It was a very good match.
Phenomenal match all the way throughout. I would say that, we got other games coming up along with it if you want to look at the combined logs, but phenomenal game for both teams. But hey, it's not over. It's not over. Only thing I gotta say is Jaylen Brown. Oh my God, I'm gonna get so mad at you. Why don't we have Jason Tatum? The Celtics. Oh my God, we're so bad. We suck so bad. We lost to the Jazz. You got any shout outs? Yeah, they lost to the Utah Jazz, bro. They lost.
Shout out to all the viewers and all the teams for watching this season so far. We still got some more playoffs matches. Got an AM match tomorrow, and I believe an advanced match on Thursday. Is that right, or is that a main match on Thursday? I think it's an advanced match on Thursday. So definitely keep a lookout for those. But besides that, shout out to all the players and the viewers tonight, and of course Dr. Underscore, aka Resin on production.
Always love Resin. Always love Dr. Underscore. We have more nonstop action. We never know. Lacey told me that they need a caster for tomorrow for AM, so it might just be me. You never know how long that line. Walk into the action. Celtics, do better as a team. Oh my God, do better as a team. Shout out M17. Shout out Resin. Shout out Chalk. You know how it is. Do better, Celtics. We're out. We're Fireside. Do you think?